Well, that is night number 3 here at Bethel Woods, and that concludes the normal portion of our summer tour here for the rock band Phish. And we have gotten I feel like maybe coming into this run myself, maybe people that are going, other fans, possibly even the band, they had one foot headed towards the festival already. Kind of felt that way a little bit. Not that there wasn't some great stuff in this run, and if you were there, this was maybe a run that and boy, a run you needed to be at, and perhaps the most songs played of any 3 show run this summer and maybe for a while. So let's just start here. I went with Like This. I never needed you like this before, but I went with the Like This, maybe to remind people to like this video with a thumbs up here early on. And look, if they're going to play that song, opening a set is certainly the place for it. Correct? Can we all agree there? So, and you see how they start there, 46 Days in Gin right after that. And 46 Days was just a warm-up. While it was cool, it was a warm-up into this Bathtub Gin. And the Bathtub Gin, a very unique gin, had this moment where Fishman in the middle kind of had a bounce to it. The whole band, the whole sound kind of had a bounce to it. So, and I imagine the whole crowd kind of had a bounce to it. I know I did here on Couch Tour. Then we get an unheard of FIKUS here. Not since 1.0 have we gotten a FIKUS. And it's just been said many times, where is FIKUS? What are they, why, and the fact that now that we've gotten one, we're going to want to keep it around, obviously. Probably not going to happen. I mean, let's get greedy, unless this could be a jam vehicle. I don't know. FIKUS just sitting on the bench all these years. A nice little song, Compared to some things we get these days, I mean, we would fight for a FIKUS, certainly not an F. So FIKUS always going to be welcome. I don't know. Maybe it's a one-off. They have been busting some things out. Maybe it'll be the surprise, or it certainly is the surprise, but meaning that the one that kind of hangs around, Theme from the Bottom follows that. Pretty much just the hits keep on coming after this point. Not that, Timber tried to go to the extra mile a little bit. Human Nature, one from the new one. Both of these just solid, nothing excellent. Same thing with Limb by Limb, Axilla, although it was just the single Axilla. So we just go with Axilla, Sigma Oasis in the thing. But Human Nature, all for the new album. I think this is the second one we've gotten now. And, one of my favorites off of the new album, but unfortunately, they just kind of, they haven't done a ton with it yet. So we'll see. And, we get too far beyond this album. Human Nature will probably be one of the songs that we don't get a whole lot of anymore. Monster's missing, The Well. So we're already not getting some of the songs from the new album. Oh, well, the new album sort of wore itself out last summer and fall, huh? So, and look, Limb by Limb, certainly going to be welcome. They didn't double it up with Taste in the same show. And then, as I mentioned, an Axilla Sigma, a nice rock and roll way to end the set there for the rock band Phish. Get that in there again. All right, so then we open up with Buried Alive. We've been opening a lot of first sets with an instrumental. Why not open the second set with one? Felt like a natural. And then AC/DC Bag. I'm sure everybody happy to see that in that slot, huh? And it does come through. Thought maybe it could be a tease. What if we get all the way down? We're going to wait until the third song of the night to really go off. No, not really the case. The AC/DC Bag did, in fact. Early on, maybe like some low-key Page. At one point, Mike has this tone going. Trey as well, too, kind of had this almost like a... not that the sound of the whole band sounded like a Western, but Trey's tone in particular, it did. Sounded like something that could have come from a Western, Maybe the outlaw Josie Wales. Not the in-law. The outlaw Josie Wales, perhaps. Trey channeling there. And then we get into this Fuego, and we got a nice Fuego rolling along, and it takes a hard, dark turn at some point. And then Golden Age and Simple, kind of got to blend those together, because the Simple, they just kind of totally bailed on. And then, but we were, that's fine, because he bailed on that to get to this life-saving Gunn. And it was more a life-sustaining Gunn at one point. What's he doing to us? He took my cats out. So then we got the, it wasn't like it wasn't, it's a funky song, but, the jam, not necessarily. It wasn't real Pagey either, Normally it's like a Page EDM show with this one, and I always wanted it this way, and most events aren't planned, but it was not that type of jam tonight, life-saving Gunn. Just kind of went all out, not necessarily, I mean, Trey had his moments for sure, but the whole band, and then a big bad Harry Hood ending the set, Life Beyond the Dream, starting the encore, Say It To Me Santos, ending the encore. Let's just act like the show ended with that big bad Harry Hood. All right, so that's how we end Bethel. The festival, Dick's, still got 8 big ones to come. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so they blessed us with a little more red here on night 3. All right, thank you to everybody that's been tuning in. Got a few day break here for the band and a clean slate. What's this supposed to be, the new Slave? Give me a break. Come on. Not that I wanted them to end with Slave again, but people do seem to dig it. It's like, it has that's what they're going for. But all right, we maybe didn't reach the heights of Cities like we did last night in the first set, but that was a cool gin, huh? All right, it's cold gin time again. All right, man, we're out of here, man. We're singing Kiss tunes. Love you guys. We're out. Boom.